All right, you guys, this is it. This is happening. We are in Christ Church Cathedral. We are live, and we're going to be hosting our very first sing-along for Advent and Christmas. Can you look at the beautiful cathedral? Look at beautiful Jonathan. This is so exciting. So I'm going to share this video to the Anglican Diocese of Montreal page. You guys have to share this video today because we have such an amazing last Live with Leanne of 2019. It's going to be a sing-along, and you're going to want to be a part of it. So let me just share the video, and then we will hang out and sing. I'm going to tell you right now that if you'd like to sing along, all you need to do is go to our website, and you can find the link to all the music there. So the website address, as you probably already know, is montreal.anglican.ca. And if you just scroll down to, I'll show you where to find it. There's our website. Scroll down to this right here. You're invited to an Advent sing-along. That's where you can find all the lyrics for our sing-along today. Super. So I'm going to share this video. Hope you guys are well today. Thanks for hopping on Live with Leanne, our very last episode of 2019. The choir is assembling here in the cathedral. You can see them coming in. Look at them. They're so cool. Okay, so you are invited to sing along with us. Don't forget to go to montreal.anglican.ca so that you can find the lyrics. They are like on a little downloadable sheet like this. So I'm going to just introduce Jonathan White and the choir. There they are. Look at them. You guys look so spectacular today. So Jonathan, how are you feeling today?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm great. Are you ready to make us sing?
I hope so, yes. We're going to do our best anyway.
I wanted to take a quick minute to congratulate you on the amazing success of your event on Saturday night. Can you just tell us a little bit about what happened?
So we had a sing-along Messiah here. We had several hundred people attend. It's all in aid of our music program. I think so far we've raised over $6,000, but we are happy to take more donations. So if you'd like to make a contribution to our music program before Christmas, then do contact the cathedral and they'll tell you how to do that.
It was such a sensation. I saw a little bit of it on Facebook Live, and you looked brilliant, and everybody I heard from was just on fire for what you did. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so without further ado, welcome to our very last Live with Leanne of 2019. We're going to sing. And I'm going to put this here. I think it's going to be okay. I'll just check. Are you guys all in the frame? I can't even see. It's going to come flying out any second now. Is that okay? Move it a little bit closer to you so that everybody can hear. My speaker just broke right before we started. It fell. That was fun. So I'm going to move it closer to you so they can hear you. Yeah?
Yep.
You guys look great, I think. Okay, great. And Jonathan, if you want to just talk to people about the first hymn or whatever,
sure.
It's yours.
So our first hymn is an Advent classic, O Come, Emmanuel. It's an 8th century plain song hymn originally, based on the 7 great O antiphons that are normally sung from the 17th. So is that today? Is it the 17th today?
It is the 17th today.
It is the 17th today. So today would be when, in Catholic tradition, they'd start singing the antiphons. Apparently, there was an early English practice there of singing 8 of them, which would have started yesterday. But we've got the 7 today. So.
Exile
so many live viewers. I'm so excited to see that you guys are singing with us this morning. Jonathan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So you're not playing the organ today, obviously.
I'm not, no.
So there's some magical being
Yes,
up there.
we're very lucky to have Nick Capozzoli on the organ today, who's our prize-winning organist.
Let me just show you Nick. So he's Nick who?
Capozzoli.
Hi, Nick Capozzoli. You're sounding amazing. And the choir is sounding fabulous as well. You all should know that we have a little congregation of singers, some people from the Synod office, and some kind people who've decided to come and sing with us. We hope that we are all together making a really joyful noise and that you are also singing wherever you are, from your office or your home or wherever you are able to sing today. So remember, Nikki, I see you're watching. Could you put the link to how you can find the lyrics in the comments? If you're able to do that, just drag that from the Anglican Diocese of Montreal website. We want you guys to sing along with us this morning. Do you want to say anything about the next hymn?
Sure. So the eighth O antiphon would have been O Virgo Virginum, which is about the Virgin Mary, and who's obviously a prominent figure in the Christmas story. And our next hymn, Lo how a rose ere blooming, makes references to Mary, but intertwines those with some of the Old Testament prophecies as well that talk about how Jesus would be born. It's set to an old German tune, which here is harmonized by Praetorius.
I have to say, this choir's a little intimidating to sing next to. Like, I'm trying to sing over here, and I'm like, can they hear me? Because I really don't want them to, because you guys sound, like, really beautiful. I'm sure you're not the kind of people who usually get talked to. Is it okay if I ask somebody a question or something about... So maybe I'll ask you to volunteer yourself. I don't want to put anybody on the spot. But maybe anybody would love to just tell us, what you love about singing and what this means to you. Because it means a lot to us to hear you sing, so we'd like to hear what it might mean to you. I can bring myself closer to you in case I lost my speaker. So who's going to step up and...
I love the fact that singing this repertoire and these ancient hymns kind of unites us with people all around the world who are celebrating Advent and getting ready for the joy of Christmas.
Super.
Yeah, in general, singing in a choir for me is like being part of a big family. So I agree with what Adam said.
So I often think of professional musicians like yourselves as like professional athletes, and I've often wondered what it's like to be like so capable at what you do. Like, how does it feel? It must be a complete rush.
Short answer, yes.
Yeah, well, you sound beautiful. I'll come back again if anybody has something else to offer.
So our next hymn and our last main hymn within this sort of Advent sequence we're doing is Lo He Comes with Clouds Descending, which combines a whole host of different images, including apocalyptic ones, images of Easter, because of course the Christmas story itself has to link in with the whole trajectory of Jesus' life, why he came to earth in the first place, and how that all links together. So both in Christmas we're looking towards the celebration of Jesus' arrival, but also further much through that and how his whole life would pan out. So our last Advent hymn is Lo He Comes with Clouds Descending.
Yikes, that was, wow. So somebody wanted to know your names. They were more thoughtful than I am. So if it's okay, can I just come and you could just say your name?
I'm Jonah.
Hi, I'm James.
Adam.
I'm Charlotte.
I'm Angèle.
Perfect name. All right, thank you for that. So we have a comment from Tyson, who says it's his all-time favorite hymn. Haven't sung it once out here in the country this year. Well, Tyson, hopefully we just broke that record, because you should be singing along with. So glad that so many of you are watching. Remember, you can sing along. This is not, as always on Live with Leanne, it's never a monologue. It's always a dialogue, and same thing with the singing. So please make sure that you are you have the lyrics in front of you and you're singing, because no one can hear you. And even if some people are saying they don't sing well, who cares? Just sing.
So before we go into our Christmas sequence, we've just got a little number for the choir only. It's a setting of a text, This Is the Truth from Above. The melody is an old English folk song, which in this particular version was harmonised by Ralph Vaughan Williams, an English composer who died in the 1950s.
This is the truth sent from above, the truth of God, the God of love. Therefore don't turn me from your door, but hearken all both rich and poor.
So although Christmas is still a few days away, we felt that we needed to do a little bit of a nod towards Christmas. So we're now going to go into a firm favourite from Lessons and Carols, Once in Royal David City. Normally we don't all get the chance to sing the first verse because it's sung by a solo, so today we're actually all going to sing from the beginning. So.
Once in Rome.
So I think we can actually hear you guys singing from home. We can hear it. The cathedral is really filling up with so much beautiful singing this morning. A couple of comments I wanted to read. So Pam Davidson says, so very beautiful. We also have a viewer this morning from Africa, and I wanted to welcome all the international viewers. And I know that the National Church of Canada shared this video this morning too, so thank you for being here from wherever you are watching this morning. Caroline says, such a privilege to see and hear such a great choir in such a gorgeous place, all from the comfort of my home. Very special. Lovely to hear that. Thank you. James Pratt says, a beautiful song. I love Vaughan Williams, but the words do lend themselves to a bit of a sexist interpretation, and there's an even worse parody version, which I remember well from my choir days. You guys are familiar with that? No. Okay, so yeah, it's a little fun fact for you. Anderson has a question, and I was actually going to ask the same question. Anderson, we're on the same page this morning, because it was thanks to Anderson that the choir got introduced. So I wanted to know something about, so the choir is all intently focused on singing and, of course, on your craft and on reading the music, whatever you're doing. And then there's Jonathan, who's actively engaging you, but no one, what is the relationship between, I'm not sure who wants to answer this, the conductor and the choir, and what is that relationship like? The conductor can answer it too, I don't know. And I'll just come close to whoever decides to chime in.
Well, I find the conductor is a big part of the inspiration. So what he does is a direct influence.
So are you watching him sort of from the corner of your eye,
all the time?
You're watching him the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
The interesting thing about it is actually the etymology of the word conductor, because it means someone who leads with. So if you think like a conductor of a train, it's the same thing. They lead the train, but they're on the train as well. So Jonathan's role is to sort of inspire us to be a part of the music making that he's also doing. So
It's very subtle, the relationship,
Yeah.
isn't it, though?
Yeah.
Right? Anybody else have a comment about that? Do you have a comment?
I think I'd agree with what's already been said, that I think the conductor is part of the music group, and I think we've found a culture now where this conductor becomes more of a sort of celebrity figure. That's mostly down to Wagner in the 19th century, but it's really just someone that's there to help get the best out of the music. They do all the work, really. I'm just there to help them find that way through. But so yes.
Interesting. Great, thank you.
We've now got two. We'll do these next two back to back because they're actually quite similar in many ways. See Amid the Winter's Snow and In the Bleak Midwinter. They both come from a sort of sentimental 19th century tradition, I would probably say. And they both put an interesting spin on Christmas because, of course, those of us in the Northern Hemisphere always think about Christmas as being something that happens at winter. Whereas probably in Israel, when Christ was born, there wouldn't have been very much snow around. And, of course, there are thousands, if not millions, of Christians all over the world for whom Christmas has nothing to do with winter. There is actually an interesting repertoire of Australian Christmas carols which has nothing to do with snow. And so this is definitely a Canadian perspective on Christmas as we see it perhaps here in Montreal and lots of other people do around the world. So See Amid the Winter's Snow and then In the Bleak Midwinter.
Hey
So I'm actually crying a little. I don't know if you are too, but that was lovely. Thank you. But hymns do that to me. They make me cry a little. Like anybody else, or anybody? No, I'm the only one crying. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Maybe you guys are crying too. It's so pretty. Beth says, you guys probably know Beth. She says you guys all sound great. Sorry, I'm not there in person. Yeah, Beth Adams? Yes. She's one of your people? Okay, great. I'm going to say a few words of closing because I'd like to end this Facebook Live like on a song, not with me talking. So I just want to make a few announcements and say thank you very much, you all. Yeah, thank you very much for being a part of Live with Leanne throughout 2019. This is our very last episode. I'll be back in mid-January. I'm taking a couple of weeks off. And I just want to remind you that we are doing live yoga on Leanne's Had a Glasses Change. You know, Anderson, I do that because I see close with these and far with the others. I'm not on the progressives yet. I just can't admit that. So, yeah, we're doing yoga in the chapel. We'll be live on Thursday morning to do our last of our Yoga Advent series. We expect all of you to be there for that as well. Those are all up on our YouTube. If you'd like to catch up on our Advents 1 and 2 yoga, they are findable on our website and YouTube. And I believe that's all the announcements I have. I just want to thank you. I want to thank the choir. I want to thank Jonathan, and I want to thank those of you who've come to the cathedral to be a part of this amazing first time ever Live with Leanne sing-along. We'll do it again, yes? Yes. Good. Excellent. And I just want to wish you guys a blessed Advent season, a Merry, Merry Christmas. We hope that you are finding all the ways to make space for God this Advent and to rejoice in the birth of our Lord this Christmas. And come over to the progressive side. The view is clear. I will, but I'm not there yet. It's kind of a commitment. And yeah, thanks so much. We'll let Jonathan introduce the final hymn, and then I'll just turn it off. So see you guys in 2020.
For me, it isn't Christmas if we don't sing "O Come All Ye Faithful," and our final one today is going to be that. It, like many others, illustrates part of the Christmas story. It illustrates part of the Christian faith. There are references to the creed in the second verse, and interestingly, actually, Once in Royal David City, which the text was written by Cecil Frances Alexander, who was the wife of an Irish bishop. Once in Royal David City was a sequence of hymns for children to illustrate bits of the creed. So, All Things Bright and Beautiful, which many of us know, was for the sentence. We believe in God the Father Almighty, Maker of heaven and earth, creator of all that is visible and invisible. And then Once in Royal David City was to illustrate, and he was incarnate of the Virgin Mary. And so this one still links in with the creed, but also tells much of the Christmas story. So thank you for joining us, and enjoy.
Bye, guys.